The NFL is horrified of this. In today's video, we're going to give you something different. We're going to give you our first game preview between two teams, two superstars who will be forever linked together. I'm talking about the Washington Commanders versus the Chicago Bears. I'm your host, Azael Mejia, with Commanders Digest, reporting everything all Washington Commanders off season, regular season, and everything in between. So if you want to be caught up to date, everything Commanders, make sure to run it up, subscribe to the channel. Yes, you heard that right. And not a free agency signing video, rumored, and not a rumored trade video, and not a Terry McLaurin video, unfortunately, him signing, but it is a game preview for a matchup that's taking place in the upcoming season, a rematch between two teams that may have ended one of the best endings within a football game last season, one of the best plays. I'm definitely not being biased or anything, if not the best play of the season. I'm definitely not being biased. Just don't ask the Kelsey brothers because they ranked this play number 5 or something. But nonetheless, we're going to be breaking it down. I got the quotes. I got the stats. I've done all the research for you, so you don't have to. But before we dive deep into it, you know what I'm going to say. If you're a new watcher, new visitor to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button because we do have a subscriber goal of trying to hit 500, yes, 500 subscribers by week 1 of the NFL season. Game 1 for the Commanders is in 10 weeks. We're pretty close. We're pretty close, honestly. So appreciate it. Y'all have been running it up. I told y'all. Y'all been blowing up the channel. Everything's in the green, so I really do appreciate it. You're new here, subscribe. But if you're a returning viewer, make sure you are subscribed because 87.5 of y'all watching the videos are not subscribed. That's crazy because it's for the free skis. You know, you're not going to put any credit card information or anything like that. It takes like 2 seconds. Nothing. It's not hurting your pockets anyway. So just subscribe. You're already watching the videos. You might as well subscribe. That's another way to support. But you heard that right. We're giving you a game preview between two superstars that will be forever linked together. I'm talking about Caleb Williams, Jayden Daniels. First, to refresher for people, or maybe we got new fans. You know, you always have people joining. You want more people to love football. So for the new fans who don't understand the history, you know, they're going every year. The NFL goes more and more international. So maybe the international fans, but 2024 NFL draft, Chicago Bears, #1 first overall pick. They select Caleb Williams. Commanders have 2nd overall pick, Jayden Daniels. They collide last year, ending in one of the best ways possible. The Bears, honestly, I do remember watching this game and me missing the ending because I thought the game was over. But allegedly, I was watching this at work, and then the Bears put up a last-second touchdown. You know, I should have seen how many seconds were. You know what I mean? It was under a minute, so I'm like, okay, it's over. And then next thing you know, one of the best plays, I'm not being biased at all, one of the best plays, if not the best play of the season, the Hail Mary that took place in FedEx. We're doing a game preview because they are going to face each other in week 6 this upcoming season. What can we expect from Caleb Williams, from Jayden Daniels heading into because both teams are improving. We talk about how the Commanders have been improving here. The Bears, there we go. The Bears have also made some improvements. We're going to be breaking it down. Like I said, I got the stats just so we can compare them. Not Jayden Daniels, my fault. He's right here. My fault. Right there. Caleb Williams. We do have Caleb Williams stats for you to compare and contrast right there. You know, pause the video if you want, but I'm going to be breaking it down. Caleb Williams playing 17 games. You know, applause that. Put a little applause emojis. Like I said, we're starting the revolution, put emphasis on the amount of games being played because it ain't easy what they do. 17 games, 20 passing touchdowns, 46.7 QBR, 351 completions, 351 completions over 562 pass attempts, total touchdowns 20. Now this information, some of it's a little iffy, outdated. We are updating the algorithm for the next season, so be aware of that. Jayden Daniels, 17 games played, 25 passing touchdowns, 6 rushing touchdowns, 70.6 QBR, 331 completions over 480 passes, 31 total touchdowns. Oh, something I forgot to mention also, height, you know, 6'4", Jayden Daniels, 6'1", Caleb Williams. His age, Caleb Williams, 23, Jayden Daniels, 24. Like I said, there's probably over hours of footage you can get from this channel alone. So you haven't seen those videos, go watch those videos after this one. But of just the Commanders making improvements throughout the offseason, through the draft, through trades, free agent signings. You know, they go get Josh Conley Jr., Trey Amos, we talk about him, Larry Tunsil, Deebo Samuel, Jonathan Jones. But other teams are improving as well. So, and one of them has to be the Chicago Bears. There we go, Bears. Gotta remember that because I always mess up. NBA just finished, so I'm sorry. But we got this quote from Bucky Brooks, NFL.com, on how the Bears are looking after this offseason right now. The table is set for the Bears to make a playoff run this season. They have upgraded their play caller, playmakers, and pass protectors to ensure Williams sparks a turnaround as a sophomore. After luring head coach Ben Johnson away from the division rival Lions and upgrading the supporting cast around former #1 overall pick Caleb Williams, the Bears should be viewed as a dark horse contender in 2025. Okay. W quote by Bucky Brooks, just breaking it down. You know, they have made improvements because, you know, last year they did have the first overall pick, but a lot of things, especially I do remember a criticism I was seeing from Bears fans and, you know, NFL fans in general is just their play calling and the coaching decision makings were pretty awful. Toward even, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, after the game against the Commanders, the Bears went on a losing streak, and then they also lost a couple of games towards the end. You know, towards the end, those are like major coaching calls. So they did make an improvement. They did get better play caller, better playmakers. Pass protectors is important because how is a quarterback, especially as young as Caleb Williams, a rookie, supposed to get those good passes if you don't have enough time, if you don't have enough decision making, and because your offensive line is just going down automatically? You gotta give them some time. It's already, you know, these big dudes, 200, 300 pounds, moving at you at high speed, trying to bring you to the ground. You gotta have as much. Every millisecond matters in that situation. So you want to improve that offensive line, and then also getting a supporting cast. How is he supposed to perform great if you don't surround them with great players? So what do you guys think? Do you guys think that the Bears are a dark horse for the 2025 season? You know, and I also want to put this narrative that who has more pressure on them to succeed in this next upcoming game? Is it the Commanders with Jayden Daniels or the Bears with Caleb Williams? Because they both have different narratives you can go off. You have Caleb Williams forever linked with Jayden Daniels. Did the Bears make the right decision going after him instead of Jayden Daniels? If you lose again to this guy, would there be some, not, I wouldn't want to say, it's definitely going to be with the fans, but with ownership, like hit the red button, you know, start all over again. Maybe Caleb Williams not that guy. They will face each other in week 6, so it may be a little bit too early. But will the front office forever regret going to get Caleb Williams over Jayden Daniels? Or is more pressure on the Commanders and Jayden Daniels to perform better because you made it all the way to the NFC Championship and you have a lot to lose. You have a lot more to lose from this game than gain because on paper, you know, you beat them last year and people already thought it was a fluke because the Hail Mary, you know, there's some skills that go along with the Hail Mary. You know, it just doesn't happen, you know, trying to be unbiased as possible. But you know what I mean. Is it more pressure on the Commanders because this is supposed to be a win? This is supposed to be a win. You beat them last year. You made some improvements. You're being projected to be. I'm not saying it. But you can look it up. That some articles, some media have the Commanders being that first seed in the NFC. I'm not saying it because right here we have an analyst saying that. Let me go back to the quote so we can read it together. A dark horse in the as a playoff contender in 2025. So that usually means you don't slide in towards that lower seed, but there's some media news coverage, high profile news media have the Commanders at the first seed in the NFC. I'm not saying that, but there's people saying it. So do you have that pressure? Which pressure is higher? Who has more to gain from this game? Who has the pressure on them to win it? Will it be Caleb Williams and the Bears? Will it be Jayden Daniels and the Commanders? Who do you guys think? Predict the scores right now. Predict the score of the game. So once the game actually happens, you can be like, oh yeah, look, I called it right here. But we won't know until week 6 of this upcoming season. But if anything breaks within the Commanders atmosphere, you know, will be covered right here on the channel. I'm Azael Mejia with Commander Digest, and I'll see you in the next video.